Out of 31,000 applicants, usually only 21,000 get accepted into Texas A&M. My sources for this speech include tamu.edu, the Huffington Post, College Board, New York Times, Harvard.edu, and USA Today. My name is Michael Schultz. I'm going to talk to you about how I got accepted into Texas A&M. My three main topics deal with standardized tests, the courses that you take in high school, and extracurricular activities. Americans with a college degree normally make 98% more per hour than Americans without a college degree. And that's from the New York Times. One of the factors that helps get into college are standardized tests. Most everyone takes the standardized tests, such as the SAT or ACT, and almost all of them are required for college admins, but some colleges don't require them. And many students end up taking these more than once because the score really matters on it. Like it can, even if your grades in high school aren't good, they can push you over the edge and get you accepted into a college. Studying also varies your score. For me, I took the ACT once and the SAT twice. The first time I took the SAT, I was just below what would be considered automatic admittance for A&M. The second time I took it, it put me just over what is considered automatic for Texas A&M. The main difference between the first time and the second time I took the SAT was the first time I went in with no real prep other than the PSAT that they require for high school students to take. And the second time I really prepared and studied out of the books that they give you and practice tests that are provided for free, and went in with the experience of the first exam and was able to do a little bit better, which was enough to put me in the acceptance range for A&M. Standardized tests are also considered to be important enough that some school districts even offer to pay for high school students to take them and give everyone a chance to, like, in case like costs are an issue, and just because it's many colleges require it anyway to give students a shot at going to college. Classes and GPA are also important for getting into college. Colleges are also rated, just like students are rated in the admission process. So retention rate and how successful alumni are in job placement are many factors that students may consider when selecting a college. And one way that colleges can predict whether their students will remain in college is classes that they took in high school, such as AP classes and dual credit classes, which are considered to be at the college level. These classes can also offer a grade bump to students, which affects GPA, which is another factor that is considered in the college admission process, such that pre-AP and AP classes get 10 extra points added to the grade and are graded on a 5-point scale instead of a 4-point scale. So if a kid really excels in these classes, it can make a big difference in their grade point average, where someone that's average, it just kind of evens out. There's also the top 10% rule for Texas, where many public schools will accept students that are in the top 10% of their class. So adding these pre-AP and AP classes help boost their rank, so that way that they fall under the top 10% and can get accepted. I ended up finishing high school with 24 credits, which showed A&M that I was capable of taking these college level courses and would be able to do well at the college level. Colleges also care about the character of the people they admit. This is from the Huffington Post. And the way you can really gauge the character of a person is through the extracurriculars, which are anything that falls outside of the classroom. It really shows who you are, because if you just spend time in the classroom, it's not really a gauge of who you are and like how you can perform in college when it really rests on you instead of being required by law to go to school. It also shows like time management, if you're able to be involved in other things while also focusing on school. And extracurriculars are also a good indicator of future success, because people that just study usually aren't like go-getters and able to go and get a successful job. I volunteered for the Ride On Center for Kids and the Christ Child Society, which was enough to show A&M that I was well-rounded enough and able to have future success and participate in things outside of the classroom. In conclusion, standardized tests really matter for getting into college. The classes you take in high school and credits you get show colleges that you can be ready for school, and colleges care about your involvement.